Yeah.
Fatal boop.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. So, what does she do when she wakes up?
Panically look around.
It's the same scene as before. Your pack is sitting around, eating rabbits.
I take a look outside.
You see military tents being set up. You see, they don't look like military people. They look more like militia with a substantial amount of weapons, but they're setting up all over the place, so it looks like a good number of them.
I turn to my pack. We might have another little situation to deal with.
Jethro's like, what kind of situation? Do we get to hunt somebody down again?
You get to hunt were-rats.
Were-rats? What's a were-rat?
Well, we're werewolves.
Right.
So think of that, but with rats.
Okay. Can we eat them?
He's a bit dim.
He's something alright.
Linus is like, can we? Are they food?
No.
Oh.
You just had rabbits.
I'm hungry.
Linus, you're going to make yourself sick.
We'll go hunting for a deer later. How's that?
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Right. But anything that has human in it, you're not eating.
Okay. No.
It's bad.
If you say so. I'm just hungry.
I know. We'll get that sorted, don't worry.
Lou is like, are we going to be running again?
Just to cross fingers. Rapid healing with werewolves.
If the injury was there beforehand, it may not.
It's same as scar tissue status.
Yeah.
It's scar tissue inside his hip or knee, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you cut off his leg and then let it to regrow.
That could work.
That could work.
That'll take time.
That will take time, and he won't exactly be happy.
No.
It'll take a lot of time and a lot of looking after for that.
A little bit of running,
Jesus.
but we promise we'll take it slow, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
They're going to be running towards you anyway.
Yeah. We are going underground, so does anyone have a problem with that?
Don't think so. Ain't never been underground before. Is it fun?
Yes, it's fun.
Okay.
Is it fun?
Can I jump?
They're Ferris wheel. They're cotton candy underground. I sure hope there's a festival going on down there. Oh, candy corn down in Georgia. Wow.
Hush. You can jump once to jump down, and then you can jump a second time to jump back out.
Aw. Why can't I jump down there? Why can't I jump when I'm down there?
Because you make too much noise.
Noise? I can jump quietly.
Well, you can jump quietly, you can jump all the fuck you want.
Okay.
He's true, like, all the time.
Seems to just squirt where he goes.
Right, okay, so where rats, so, okay, where are they? How do we to them? Let's fight them. Jethro sounds really excited. He's so happy to be here.
I'm ready to throw down.
Yep.
Yeah!
These are bad things. We're going to make them pay.
Let me go find out.
He's just getting more
Bye.
and more Texan.
Yeah.
Well, start walking towards the tents.
Why is he here?
Damn imperialism.
Oh my god.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm looking for a way underground.
It's in the church.
Also looking for a bit of help.
What kind of help?
Were-rats?
Yes, I know what you're tasked with.
So, you want to come help?
No. I have my things to do up here. Like sucking the souls of your friends into my sword.
God damn you!
It's not coming. What do you expect?
It's way too
I thought there was, I picked a tent that did not have him in it!
No, you're walking towards the tent and he comes up behind you.
Ah! Can I just go talk to people?
No,
Why?
because Holt said so.
Why?
Do you want me to pick you up and throw you down the hole with the were-rats?
No.
Are we there yet?
I can pick you up by your tail and swing you around and chuck you down if you want.
That's okay.
That sure does sound fun.
Enjoy having fun with your sword.
I plan
I
on
once
it.
did that with a cat in a room. People said I couldn't do it. Said it was too small.
Theo walks back. Gathers your pack. Lets them go down first.
Okay, you find the entrance below the altar.
Right.
So you push it out of the way, which with your combined strength
Yeah.
is not a problem.
Pinky.
So you move it out of the way, and yeah, there's a nice cut shaft going.
Right, lads, down we go.
They jump down.
Hope that sword gets stuck in your ass. Jumps down.
You hear the scraping of the altar as it gets pushed back over the hole.
For fuck's sake!
So you land. Linus and Lou are just kind of standing there looking around. You're in a small cavern. And as you're looking around, you hear an ow! But it's in wolf.
Sorry!
So the ceiling of this small cavern is only about 7 feet high. You go over and you see Jethro.
Trying to jump.
No, he already jumped. You can see Skull.
That must have been a very big jump.
As he is slowly healing.
We need to save these werewolves.
Yeah, from inside.
All from Via.
I just need to take my paw and just slap them over the ear.
Oh, this need more pain.
Ow!
Oh. Don't jump too high. Don't jump at all. You can jump back out later.
Okay, I don't want to hurt my head anymore.
Okay. Come on. Trudges along.
Okay, so finally his skull head heals.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question.
He's looking a little unstable as he's walking down the
What you would do.
corridor. So give me a smell check.
Oh no. My nose has been through enough.
So this is Jethro, right? Jethro the jumper?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I'll remember.
Is Jethro also the inexplicably American one?
That's just the way it's coming out.
22.
Okay, you do get the faint sulfur and brimstone and scorched flesh of the nose. But you also pick up you haven't smelled them before, but you can only guess that these are the were-rats because it smells foul.
Oh, it's an asshole. Let's go, they're up
It
ahead.
smells illness, disease, just vermin.
And this is why I said not to eat them. This is what they smell like.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Let's not eat them. Let's get a deer afterwards.
Yeah.
Drive through.
Can we go to McDonald's?
Is Damien ungrounded yet?
You don't know where Damien is,
Damn.
and when Damien comes back, we will have an explanation of who exactly Damien is and what he does.
Lots of things.
So you and your pack are moving down the tunnel towards the were-rats.
Mm-hmm.
How are you talking your pack through this as you are approaching?
Go for the neck, rip it out, don't hesitate, keep fighting. I stop, because I take it they're still only in their small wolf forms.
Yep.
I help them change into their dire forms.
Okay, the tunnel is now substantially smaller. You can go one at a time.
Direform isn't the man wolf, it's
No.
just the big ass wolf.
It's
Yeah.
just a big ass wolf, but it's stronger than
Yeah, it's like a wolf that's slightly bigger than a grizzly bear.
yeah.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Like when I'm in my dire wolf form, I'm probably taller than you.
Yeah, easily. Like, think grizzly bear on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, horse. It's horse size, isn't it? Yeah.
And werewolves measured in hands as well.
Yeah.
Continue along.
Okay. Are you leading?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I am seeing all the shit.
I'm seeing something at least.
Yeah. I'm sure there's shit,
Is there?
Yeah.
given this number of birds.
Thea, what's your wolf eyes see?
I see all. We've got an elf. We can sing them.
33.
33. Okay. You smell that there are a number of them up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting close to their warrens.
Number
20.
That's not too bad.
yeah, not too bad.
And with that roll, you're also picking up gnawing, gnawing, gnawing.
That's just rat behavior. They do the nibbles.
So you get to a larger cavern with holes all in the walls and the floor.
Me no like.
And you look up, and there are some ledges off of some of the upper holes off of the walls where you see some were-rats that are gnawing into the ceiling to try to create new holes going up.
Hi.
Do you just say it like that?
Bork! It just echoes through the tunnels.
Let's try diplomacy.
Oh, taking a letter out of Ironer's book.
So you just say hi.
Very diplomatic.
Roll 3d6.
How do they are partners? We're here to exterminate y'all.
That is very
cooperate.
shit. That is 6.
Okay.
Kindly appreciate
So, not the ones that are gnawing into the ceiling, but you see a rather large one coming up out of one of the holes in the floor, looking at you and those behind you.
What's that game?
Right, boys! Meat's back on the menu!
Oh boy, I do love meat. Where is it?
And you see were-rats emerging from the holes, sunken cheeks, this feral glint in their eyes. They are
did say they were
starving. And you and your 3 companions, in your dire wolf forms, are a smorgasbord.
You've used 2 of my least favorite words today. Spunk and schmuck.
Oh, are we gonna have to do, like, trigger more words for this game too?
So they are heading towards you. What are you doing? And just to let you know, a number of them, and they're all in man-rat form.
Right.
So bipedal, thumbs. Some of them are actually holding knives and forks.
So they're basically skating.
Squish!
I like to imagine they're like 3 foot tall.
But they are substantially smaller than you are.
They're like
Squish.
Tom and Jerry mouse size.
Squish.
Yeah.
Squish.
You could.
Whack-a-mole.
You're the size of a horse. You can just swat your paw around and.
Honestly, horses are terrifying.
It's a horse versus
Horses
a...
are terrifying.
Think horse versus terrier.
Terrifying. Come on, whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, yes.
I swipe my
I know this
paws.
was a carnival.
I take their stone next to
Whack-a-mole,
me.
my favorite.
Yes.
I take my paws and I scratch down.
As you sharpen your claws.
Be as Dia's wanted to kill something before now, and she is going lunging, scratching and biting, telling her pack to charge.
Okay. Go ahead and give me 3 rolls.
Raising when my 2 dogs tried to attack a horse.
How'd that work out?
I dived on the leash before they could reach the horse, who was already starting to be spooked. Otherwise, the dogs would not be able to.
I was surprised when I was growing up. I had a dachshund. And one day, my dachshund comes walking up the driveway, proud as anything, with the lower part of a deer's leg in her mouth. And she's just walking along with this leg in her mouth, looking proud as anything. And she's just walking along going, look what I did.
I definitely took down this deer. Don't worry.
Okay, Dudley.
No, she didn't go down to the neighbor just down the road who came back after hunting.
Yeah. Picked up the scraps. No.
11 for the first one.
Okay, so you miss.
Ah.
What, are these just 3 straight rolls? Nothing added?
21 for the second.
You hit.
16 for the other.
Okay, so you lunge at the first one, who just conveniently drops down a hole before you can hit.
Darns. You whack them all.
It is whack-a-mole.
It is whack-a-mole, guys.
But you're able to squish 2 others.
What's that noise that the games at Chuck E. Cheese make? Spiderweb. That's what I'm imagining.
Now,
Yeah.
your packmates aren't doing all that great. You see that they've taken down one other one. Some of them have a number of were-rats hanging off of them, while Jethro is jumping around, his front paws, one on top of the other, trying to bop the were-rats when they pop up out of the hole. And he's he's missing the timing.
I never said I did good at it, but I'm sure as hell give it the Texan try.
I take a loose one that has a few of them hanging off it. I go over and help them out by biting them off them.
Okay. So you go over and start biting them, breaking them, and throwing them. As he's kind of hobbling about, but he's having a hard time catching them because they are very
Agile.
fast.
Speedy boys.
I love these other 3 werewolves.
And third floor.
Stay
They're
with
my favorite.
it was
Also, the fact that one of them is called Linus.
Linus, Lou, and Jethro.
Linus and Lou. I was like, is this like a Peanuts kind of thing?
And then
Linus is the
Then
one
there's
who's
Jethro.
doing the
No, Jethro.
Jethro. I tell Lou to go and help Jethro. Have them team up together, and I go over to Linus, and the 2 of us will team up together.
Okay.
So
He
they
looks
team
like
up
he's working very hard to not just bite, chew, swallow. He's trying not to do that.
Okay.
Because he really wants to, because he's really hungry.
Is he doing the ratting thing where they pick it up, shake vigorously until they hear the neck snap and then throw it?
So he's actually having some luck
Yeah.
because he's picking one up, shaking it, breaking its neck, and hitting were-rats on either side.
This is wholesome slaughter.
This is wholesome.
Okay, so you're fighting alongside him. You're clearing them out. Give me a perception roll.
Do you see the golden whack-a-mole pop up from a hole in the gear? It's worth double
With
points.
the crown.
Yeah. The Rat King.
You know that's a thing.
Yeah, it freaks me out.
I didn't know that was a thing.
They
And
get-
now I'm
It's a group of rats that had got their tails tied together.
that thing?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Happens
Yeah.
to squirrels as well a lot.
27.
In certain items.
You see a larger
Jesus.
were-rat
With the crown.
emerging.
Does it have a crown?
Is it the Chuck E. Cheese?
Does it have a Burger King crown?
It does have a rather nasty-looking dagger. Now, you are also hearing some whines from the other 2,
Shit.
because it seems that the knives and forks that some of the were-rats are carrying are actually silver.
How are they carrying them? Are they just
Linus, go help them.
Right?
And for God's sakes, don't get stabbed.
Do my best.
Right.
try my darndest?
I'll give it my all.
Shit instead.
Well, goddamn.
Is this bigger rat bigger than me and my direwolf?
No, but this, as opposed to like 3 feet tall, this is like 6.
I thought you were going to say 4. It's 4 foot tall. Go.
Overkill
3'3".
or non-overkill. Overkill or non-overkill.
You're pissed off. Overkill.
Yeah, no, I'm turning into my final form.
Okay, so you're going into your war form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that the
Okay, so you are now towering over this were-rat who's kind of looking up with his dagger. You kind of see the look in his eyes where he goes, shit.
I pick him up by his tail.
He's squealing,
Tell him to stop.
squealing, takes a swipe at you and misses.
snack against the wall?
Are the other rats watching?
Some of them.
Just do like
I take my claw, because I've had enough of this. And I go from the top of his neck, from where I have him on his tail, and go down to his neck. Just slowly, very, very
How
slowly.
deep.
First time it's just a little bit.
Okay, so you're just scoring it the first
Yeah.
time. Okay,
She's making the groove to follow through.
right. Okay, so you do that, and he's squeaking and squealing and
wait, how
shaking all over the place trying to get loose. Now, at this time, you feel some pain in your back
Did you just get stabbed?
as the were-rats that were trying to dig through the ceiling look down, see this, and go, "Get from above."
From above.
Just do the
I like to imagine they like bounce off her back because she's just so immense.
Well, they're only
Their knives
their
sticking.
knives stick. That's the only thing that's sticking in
She's
there.
just so swole.
Yeah,
Like,
how
like
tall
acupuncture
are
needle.
you?
yeah, it's like not severe damage, but it's like just annoying.
Deeper.
Yeah,
But not enough to kill just yet.
Just like do what Hulk did to Loki in Avengers. Just
Oh no, that's going to be saved for one of the
Okay,
others.
you are feeling a pain in your left Achilles tendon.
Okay.
Squish. Just pick up, shake, squish.
Okay, you do that to one, and then the other 2 bite and rip.
Nice, now you know where they are. Fucking stomp.
just like roll yourself.
Do a heckin' stomp.
Okay, you are having problems because they have bitten through your Achilles tendon in your left leg.
God damn it, that's going to take a while to heal. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you eviscerate the were-rat and turn, and the other 2 are not fast enough or smart enough to get out of range. They are overconfident
Slice.
and get squished. So, you and your pack are taking some damage, but you are clearing up the were-rats. So, we're going to pause there with you and go back to Eleanor, who comes out of the portal. In the woods,
The cavalry has arrived.
you know that the area that you are heading to is half a mile to the west.
Onward!
Just like
Yeah.
arms forward. Just
Yeah.
like let us go.
So,
Yes.
you and your group start moving in that direction. Everybody give me a perception roll.
Hey. Yay.
That wasn't great.
Ooh, that wasn't great either.
Just double check perception is.
Perception is
23.
plus whatever
24.
How dare you?
16 plus 6 is.
Turn out this
I
much
doesn't
darker.
matter.
I can't
You decide.
do math. It's such easy math too. I'm so ashamed of myself. 22. What?
Me
have
too.
to find
Okay.
Hey!
Everybody hears the sound of the bugle from the other side of the abandoned village. And you hear the howls as the werewolves charge.
Should we be running?
Should we be
Towards them, yes!
Yes.
I'm gonna like go to the like back row of our
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to
Like-
stay back.
Of your group.
Yeah.
How many do we not have like the
Like 4 of us.
werewolves with us?
No, they're on the
No.
other side.
That's what the bugle
We're
was.
flanking.
Yeah. We're going to the side.
They're drawing the attention on the other side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, these werewolves aren't like the enemy. Yeah, well, the ones that we're looking at.
Yes.
The enemy.
Okay.
And here, no.
Let's go all stealthy like. I'm gonna take my cloak of chameleon stuff. A chameleon cloak?
That's the one.
Yeah. Just being like Harry Potter style. I am.
So Leonard starts melding in with the scenery.
I'm gonna wait until we get to the edge of the trees, and then I'm gonna start sneaking. Because up until then, there's really no point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am paranoid.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You have reasons to be
Squishy,
paranoid.
It's fine. You're our healer.
So what's it? So once we get to the edge of the trees, what sort of land is it? What's the?
Okay, so what you have here is a village that has been abandoned for at least 10 or 20 years. So there are, the roofs of most of the buildings have fallen down. The biggest structure that you can see still standing for the most part is the church, in which looks like part of the roof has fallen in. It's covered in ivy, but it also looks like throughout the remains of this village, so mostly remains of walls and things like that, there are tents that have been put up.
Right.
And you see a number of people that you don't recognize the individuals, but these types of people that you fought at the Tower of London that were attacking it.
Recognize some insignia. And
Yeah,
stuff like,
yeah, these are the People's Army. They have been duped by the communist or socialist message of this group to attack.
Which really pains me. Like.
That's why we have.
Magnus and capitalist.
Yeah. No, that's why we have Angelica to kind of dominate those who are like the cubs or new bloods of the group. So they don't necessarily have to be
In
die in this battle.
the distance,
She's my favorite.
you see the combat going on a hill. You see Aranax Nethersoul with his great black sword fighting against Angelica in her war form,
I'm guessing it's like silvery white, just fucking beast.
wielding
Yeah.
this great spear and this huge double-headed battle axe.
In her war form.
Giant bipedal werewolf form.
Sweet. That sounds. pretty
She's
cool.
like 9.5 feet tall, huge muscles.
Big beefy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Seems like-
they are having a massive battle, and you see the sparks from the parrying of these weapons.
Do we see any sign of Bia?
No,
I'm gonna
So
scan
we're gonna-
the only werewolves that you see are fighting the People's Army, and even in their werewolf form, they all have some sort of marking,
Like they've been branded.
like they've been branded, but it's their rank.
Okay.
So the village itself is pretty empty.
It was abandoned, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Bia's
but,
our
like, the
priority.
people-
So
Yeah,
we're
I'm gonna
try.
do scan for Bia. Yeah, I'm heading for church anyway because I know that's where she was last.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Roll.
Do you want to go into that mind right now?
Into your mind, I'm detecting
Okay.
Bia.
Wait up.
She's gonna speak you out now. Sweet Jesus. You know where she is down to the inch.
Boys, I know where she is.
Do tell.
Okay. $34.
Okay, she is underground, and she's currently eviscerating something.
Nice, that would be the rats. Do I have anyone to send down to help? Or am I sensing distress, or just like working through some issues?
Working through some issues.
Okay, she's fine. Bia's on the ground taking care of the were-rats. I think she's working through some problems physically.
Oh no.
A bit of therapy.
Us.
That horn.
Hmm?
Yeah. Can I check?
We've got
See?
some wide eyes here.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check and see if there's any.
It's not that horny yet.
Okay, thanks, Stars.
Oh
Don't
no.
give him ideas.
Oh, trust me, that idea was already in my head.
Yeah, you know this horn.
I don't know this horn.
Yes, you do.
Do I know
Because it
this
was
horn?
used up fucking cutter.
I know this horn. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't know this one.
Don't worry about it. The user of it
This
isn't
just-
here.
This just sounds real bad.
It's
The
fine.
user of it isn't. You don't think she wouldn't bring her beta?
No, like she wouldn't bring in the hunt because there'd be no point.
So,
Yeah.
you guys, give me another perception roll.
Me as well. Me as well.
Yeah.
That is
Exact same as last time.
bad. Is like,
Hang on, and I still have one more to roll because that one fell.
That's an 18.
Cool, so that's 6, 12, 18, 22, and you said perception?
Yes.
Okay, that's 31, 37.
Okay.
My dice.
So, as you're heading towards the church, two things happen. First, there is a group of People's Army soldiers that see you and start heading towards you.
well, you
The second thing that you see is that big combat that's going on. You notice that a number of the People's Soldiers Army have shot Angelica. They cause her to stumble.
Oh dear.
She falls backwards. Before she can get back up, Aranax goes over with his sword, is about to swing down. Two of the werewolves jump in a way, and you can see the moment the sword hits them, that the light goes in their eyes, and they fall to the ground.
How far are we?
You're within pistol range, but
Yeah.
but you see the effect of what happens when this sword scratches
Yeah,
somebody.
stealth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start running over there. Like,
don't.
So,
I'm not gonna like.
okay, so we're going to go around.
Yeah.
Eleanor, you have People's Army, soldiers coming your way, and you have this situation. What are you doing?
Those people are, I mean, they're not the werewolves on our side. No.
Hmm?
They're the werewolves that aren't on our side coming towards us, or are they?
Well, these are just humans.
These are just the humans.
These are just humans coming towards you.
Are they armed, or?
Oh yeah, they have rifles and pistols and shotguns.
And they're charging towards us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I mean, you could rely on your associates to deal with them while you use your new toy.
I'm thinking of using my new toy.
Okay?
Yeah. So
What are you, which shell are you going to use in your etheric spell pistol?
What you got?
how many are they in a group approaching us? Are they like,
They're spread out a bit.
Oh shit. Right, I'm gonna just go through the middle, like the direct line to Angelica. I'm gonna start charging that, and whoever's in the way, just like
I mean,
stun blast.
you're within range of shooting
From here.
from here,
Ooh.
so you don't have to get closer.
Okay, what are my shots again?
Take a look at your ammunition.
This is a lot.
Did you say measles?
Yeah, this is my vaccine gun.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got the number 1 shell, which can do a standard etheric blast. Number 2 is tranquilizer darts. Number 3 is a blast of flame. Number 5 is a jet of water. The number 6 is a fireball that locks onto the target.
Yeah.
The number 7 is a shotgun, and the number 8 is a bolt of electricity.
You know the fireball one?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aiming that at Hot Topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't fireball an area of effect?
She's down on the ground already.
Yeah.
And there's 2 dead.
Okay. So this is a single shot pistol. So you load that shell, click it into place,
Yeah.
take aim,
Yeah.
and you fire.
Yeah.
And you don't have to roll since it locks on.
That's pretty handy, that.
So the shell erupts into a fireball which flies unerringly and hits Hot Topic in the back of the head,
Nice.
throwing him off balance as he rolls down the hill,
Yay.
Nice.
giving Angelica a chance to get up and heal.
I'm just gonna send like a message like, fuck him up! She gets this encouraging message into her brain.
Are you aboard
Okay,
now?
Yeah.
you send that message,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
before you can pull back,
Mm-hmm.
you feel something horrible.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Her bones, her skin, she's on fire. It's like her legs are turning around,
What's happening?
her muscles are growing.
Oh, she changing.
It's a warp spasm.
What warp?
Whose spear is this?
Cuchulainn.
Shit!
Wait, what's
So
a,
she's having
She's having a war spasm.
what's, I don't know what that means.
It's something that happened to Cuchulainn when he went into battle that made him a major badass.
Okay,
Oh,
she's going to fuck him up.
Basically invulnerable.
She's in pain right now,
It's
but she's
horrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah, because this is a new experience.
yeah. She's getting used to it.
Jesus.
Yeah, what was the description like? One eye's gigantic, one eye's real small. Hair stands on end.
Bloody hell. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Like it's meant to be intimidating.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, the first warp spasm seized Cuchulainn and made him into a monstrous thing. Hideous, shapeless, unheard of. His shanks and joints, every knuckle, angle, and organ from head to foot shook like a tree in a flood or a reed in the stream. His body made furious twists inside his skin, so that even his feet and shins switched to the rear, and his heels and calves switched to the front. On his head, the temple sinews stretched to the nape of his neck, each mighty, immense, measureless knob as big as the head of a month-old child. He sucked one eye so deep into his head that a wild crane couldn't probe it onto his cheek out of the depths of his skull. The other eye fell out along his cheek, his mouth weirdly distorted, his cheek peeled back from his jaws until the gullet appeared. His lungs and his liver flapped in his mouth and throat. His lower jaw struck the upper a lion-killing blow, and fiery flakes, large as a ram's fleece, reached his mouth from his throat. The hair of his head twisted like the tangle of a red thorn bush stuck in a gap. If a royal apple tree with all its kingly fruit were shaken above him, scarce an apple would have reached the ground, but each would be spiked on the bristle of his hair as it stood on his scalp with rage.
And this is alright, is it? Like, these cats have this.
Yeah.
This is a fairy cat.
I know, but still, like, that's some, like,
She's
that's some
Mother
body
Will-
horror
yeah.
shit, like.
She's got high pain tolerance, but this is something.
So
Yeah.
Yikes.
this thing lets loose this horrible battle sound. Can't be called a howl.
Yeah.
As she leaps down the hill to face Aranax.
I think she's got that covered.
Yeah.
Well, good thing our job's done. See you guys. Just
Break, let's go for coffee.
There's still there's still two armies of werewolves fighting. And also
So you do still have the group of soldiers that haven't seen this,
Yeah.
that are heading your direction.
They've heard this and trembles, but they're still charging.
Now, Leonard, what are you doing?
Why am I always?
Because you sit there. If you don't want to go then, sit someplace else.
Okay. Because
for people
I
who-
feel like bad reacting to things than actively.
Hey, on occasion, I go the other way around.
that's true. That's true.
People who can't
Well.
tell, we're actually sitting in a circle And he's just choosing to go in one way that's making him second.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. So are they like attacking?
Well, they're coming at you with pistols, rifles, shotguns. They haven't started shooting yet because they want to get closer. But they're about
I mean,
30 feet away.
I am well hidden.
You're invisible. I say so.
You could do a sneak.
You can do a sneak.
I can do a sneak.
Do a big sneak.
I'm
So
gonna-
they're not aiming at you, but they are aiming at your compatriots.
well, I could-
And do seem to be aiming, a number of them do seem to be aiming at her. Especially since she just shot a fucking fireball.
Yes.
well, I could throw some alchemist fire, but that's a bit extreme. I'm gonna drop down, like go prone basically, and then shoot a tranquilizer dart at the guy, one of the guys that's aiming at her.
Okay, give me a dexterity and pistol shooting roll, please.
Oh,
Nice catch.
that is terrible. I will have to use luck probably.
Maybe save the luck for.
I don't want to be wasting my thing neither board, so that's
Yeah, that's
another
true.
dice.
that's only a. Yeah, I'm gonna use one luck.
You want another one?
I will use another luck. I want to hit this. I need to have.
That's better.
Still terrible.
Don't waste your luck.
You
Yeah.
have an advantage, you're the stealth, so.
Yeah.
And you're prone.
Yeah, and you're prone.
Yeah,
Steady
so
shot.
that it's still bad. So
Leave it.
it's a 16.
Okay, you actually hit one of them. So you hit him with the tranquilizer dart, roll 3 dice.
Okay, there's my luck coming back. Hey, that's a 20.
He crumples to the ground unconscious.
No.
Magnus,
Non-lethal fighting.
what are you doing? Well, 2 questions. What are you doing, and what stash are you wearing into combat?
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking, like, not a full handlebar, but like just it's very like a sort of bushy beard that just goes out, and then just before it would start to curl up, then it stops there. So
Okay.
It's just a very like sort of
It's like a toothbrush.
yeah, kind of
Bit,
yeah,
or like
but
a-
longer.
Okay,
Yeah, like the.
Yeah.
sounds
What am I
good.
thinking of? Like a hairbrush.
Yeah,
There we go.
like a toothbrush but longer, hairbrush. So yeah, I guess they're 30 feet away, so I wouldn't really be able to.
You can, I mean, they're moving towards you, so if you wanted to get to move to melee range,
That's true.
you could.
I think for now, for this turn at least, I'm just going to stick and I'm just going to fire at them with my pistol.
These are humans.
Just do a stun pistol shot at whatever one's nearest, or one that's aiming at
Alright,
Eleanor, I suppose.
good plan.
Protect the crazy woman.
Yes, please.
Protect.
So that's a
Protect while I attack.
Attack.
16. That's a 21.
Okay, you hit, roll damage.
That's a 12.
Okay, he goes down.
Sweet. That's quite effective.
These folks.
Yeah, I think
These
that's
are
the
humans.
first time this has gone this well. Okay, cool.
Okay, Drake, what are you doing?
I'm going to jump within melee range and draw my sword cane.
Ooh, okay.
This is gonna be
Just
cool.
cleave one in half in one
Oh,
smooth
I did
motion.
up.
Give me a body and melee, or swordplay. Body and swordplay roll, please.
Body plus sword play.
Body plus swordplay, plus 3d6.
Ooh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. That's a success.
I think he's dead.
Fucking
Are
bad.
you like killing them or are you
I mean, it took a 12 to hit
incapacitating
them.
them?
I think that they're very well.
They're very well sliced in half.
Like, these are humans. Do we want to like kill them? Do we want to?
It's too late.
Yeah.
okay. Now roll 6 dice for damage.
6. Jesus.
It's 4 lethal plus 2 electrical.
Plus 2 electrical dice.
Shocking.
damn. God damn. I like
Shocking
this.
development.
Oh, you got 2 6s in that damage roll? Sweet shit! This person doesn't have legs anymore.
No, he doesn't have anything anymore. He turns to dust.
You can see a skeleton. Like,
She perfectly cleaves the meat from each of his bones.
It's like humans were
31.
Okay, so what happens is Drake jumps forward, draws the sword cane, thrusts it into the chest of this soldier. Now, the effect is like what you see in the cartoons when somebody gets electrocuted, where you see the skeleton and all of this light. As then this smoking ruin of a body falls to the ground.
I'm judging heavily.
I like him.
Yui is once again in love.
What is Yui doing?
Okay, so I'm swooning. Yes.
Like roll to swoon.
I could. No, I'm gonna go ahead and also rush into melee. And I think I'm gonna pull an Indiana Jones and take out my whip, try and lasso one of them, and then just whip him into another one.
Okay.
Try and take out 2 at once.
Okay, give me 2 rolls, please.
Okay. Just 3d6?
Your dexterity and swordplay.
Dexterity and swordplay? Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's... Need another die. Hang on, that's 6, 12, 24. I need 1
Yeah.
and 2. Okay.
You can leave out the tea part. Just never ever mess with Eleanor.
4, 5, 6. Plus
She's making a list of rules.
2. Plus my dex
It's a surprise.
is 50. Do I add dex again?
Okay, so you have snagged one. You are throwing him. Now give me another attack roll.
Just 3.
Plus dexterity plus swordplay.
What's your swordplay modifier?
My swordplay modifier is 6 plus my attack.
Which is like 10.
Is it?
Well, no, my dex is 8.
So plus 14,
Plus
anything.
14.
I forgot to add the dex to that roll.
Yeah, like I.
You still did really damn well.
Yeah, no, I didn't add my dex to that at the very. I was at 50.
It was just a bit overkill, that dex.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's 7, 8, 9. That's a 15 plus dex. 23 plus dex again, you said?
Yeah.
It's 31.
Okay, roll 5 dice.
These poor boys.
Why do you think I was
Yeah,
going
you're
for?
there
gosh.
doing like non-lethal damage, and here they
Again,
are.
You just
Okay, let's see, that's
electrocuted them.
10,
We've got another good one here.
16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Okay, so Yui whips one, pulls him up, slams him into another one. This guy was trying to aim at Eleanor, and all of a sudden, head meets head meets crack, squish, dead.
Alright!
Mortal Kombat. I like to imagine like the Mortal Kombat, like slow-mo X-ray.
Damn!
Oh, right.
Now,
I thought you could-
there is one People's Army soldier remaining.
And it's the unconscious man.
This guy is looking at this carnage and going, puts his hands up, drops his weapon. I surrender. Please don't massacre me.
You're a smart kid.
I thought I had some sort of like rope or something, like handcuffs or something, just like sort of disable him, but I don't. Do we have anything that we can just do to get him
I
out
thought
of the way?
Jellicoe did.
Rolls are dark.
I'm gonna, just Leonard.
Everybody just turns heads towards Leonard, just like
Invisible
Leonard.
man. Are we still in combat for now?
Hmm?
Are we still in combat? Like.
Oh,
He's the last guy.
Okay.
He dropped his weapon, he surrendered.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Just knock him out.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
You're
So
a
I'm gonna,
smart kid.
I'm gonna take out my gun just for intimidation purposes.
I mean, I could always.
This guy is already well and truly intimidated.
Okay.
He just saw somebody
Then I'm
whip
gonna-
two of his mates together.
I'm gonna walk.
Well, one, she stabbed him, and he fried, and then she picked one up and hit the other one with him.
And one shot a fireball
Yeah.
with a gun.
Yeah, you notice as you get close to him that he has peed himself.
Okay. So, okay, I'm just gonna walk up, like, okay, turn around, hands up,
His hands are already up,
turn around.
turns around.
Okay, don't worry, we're not gonna kill you, just stay calm
Okay,
and tranquilized.
he is out.
Out like a light.
Now, in the distance, you see soldiers fighting werewolves. Well, werewolves tearing apart soldiers. They weren't exactly prepared for something like this. And you
Might
hear
be
you hear
the
these sounds and yells from the bottom of the hill, but you cannot see the battle.
Do we know?
So we have lost eyes on the cool sword.
We have
Yes.
Run to cool sword.
Yes.
In Yui's language, she's not
Are
saying
you
target.
sneaking over the hill to see what the situation is?
I kind of think I should, just so I can report back.
Give me a hide and sneak.
the one that Magnus shot. Is he alive or is he dead?
The only one that survived. Well, you tranquilized one, and
That's not nearly as good.
this guy that you just put out. So you have two.
My one got a bullet straight through the forehead, I think.
Yeah.
You guys.
You shouldn't do that one.
These.
That's
I
this
forgot.
one first.
Yeah. They
Sorry,
just.
hang on.
They started it.
27.
Well,
Okay. Yes.
context.
Okay.
People.
Hold on. So Yui sneaks to the ridge to look down into the main part of the combat. So you see that most of the combatants have given Angelica and Aranax a very wide berth.
Fair.
You see a lot of people's army lying dead. You do see a number of dead werewolves.
No. Sorry, friends.
You don't know.
Well,
I don't know them, but they were friends.
Now, give me
No,
Yui.
werewolves.
Give me a perception roll.
They're all humans. Why?
The ones on our side, some of them are dead.
Yeah.
So,
People-
what am I rolling?
Perception.
that are dead and
Oof.
you're not bad.
I'm real bad at seeing things.
Unless it's the sword.
Unless it's a sword. So that's what? 6. That's
So they've got werewolves on their side as well, right?
21.
The only one that you can see is him.
So he's leading an army of
Humans.
people's
Yeah.
army. Okay.
Oh.
21.
Okay, so you see an opening. She's fighting him, is hard pressing him.
Mhm.
You think if you threw a dagger, even a certain dagger, in the right place, you could cause enough of a distraction that she could disarm him.
Cool. So I'm gonna throw my dagger of many daggers.
dagger that spawns more daggers.
Yes, I love
Okay, so roll to hit.
Okay, I'm
So
rolling to hit. So that's
This is dexterity and throw.
dexterity and throw. Okay. Ooh. Well, what was that? Hold on, sorry.
You want to luck?
Maybe. Hang on.
Yeah, this might be something that you might want to spend some luck on.
Yeah.
Maybe. So that's 8 plus 8, 16 plus 8 is. I can do math. 24. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a luck.
Only a luck?
2 luck.
Have a look from me.
Okay.
I have plenty of it.
Okay. I was on 24, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. 28, 31, 35. So 40.
Okay. Now roll 2d4.
That's a 3. And a 6.
Okay, so Yui throws her dagger, her tanto, and as it's in flight, 5 more appear along with it,
What?
flying towards its target.
Your family are good to you.
So, you are going to want to roll
Oh yeah.
18 dice
Okay.
for damage.
18.
6 daggers, each doing 3 dice.
Shit.
It's like
The stream.
you can assassinate
I've got a few.
You got
I've got a few dice. I got 36 dice. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I mean, I've got a singing sword.
13,
I shouldn't be
14,
jealous, but
15,
like-
16, 17, 18. Okay.
18 was it?
That's the number of dice, not the damage.
We also need to talk about your singing sword, actually. We also need to talk about your singing sword, actually.
I'm gonna need another
There are copyright issues regarding the singing sword.
what?
We might have a bit of copyright issues regarding the singing sword.
really.
Oh,
Or just being able to play.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. We won't say the song, we can say which song
So
is
you can say
playing.
the song's title.
and it'll all be in the mind's eye.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The viewer can use their imagination or an open YouTube ad. Or like,
God, this is gonna take a minute to add, guys.
It's fine.
Take your time.
It's all gonna be worth it.
Yes.
We needed to talk about that
Number
anyway.
1.
Oh my god. Another one.
can you roll something other than a 6? Thank you. How often I say that?
How's the one sound?
Why was she adding that?
I
I'm
don't
gonna take
think
a
you're
look at
going
this.
to need her to disarm him. I think you might do it yourself.
Have you disarmed the werewolf?
I'm like,
24.
so okay, 24, 25, 26,
So many armies.
27,
Entire
28,
army.
29, 30,
Oh no.
132, 34.
Which one was that
You
for?
do like your arm puns.
Which one was that for?
45, 46, 47, 50, 51.
Somebody watched Sesame Street growing up.
That's 20, so that's 74.
Okay.
Shit, they're dead.
So these daggers plunge into Aranax's back.
Shoot, 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 shoot.
This disrupts his concentration in the combat
Good day.
to allow Angelica to slice off his right arm.
Do it.
Clutching the sword, it falls to the ground.
To the ninja.
She plunges the spear into his chest. And as she pulls it back, he starts falling backwards.
He's gonna land on the daggers.
No, your dagger falls to the ground as the body dissipates
Oh shit!
and is gone. Save for the arm laying on the ground holding the sword.
UA is thoroughly impressed.
Topic don't feel so good.
So, Yui
I don't
notices that Angelica then goes off to slaughter helpless humans since she's still in her rage form.
But they're
So-
humans against
I
us.
So there is
There
an arm holding the sword laying on the ground
Cool. I'm
by itself.
gonna take the sleeve off of the arm and wrap it around the hilt so I don't have to touch it directly. And then I'm gonna pick up the sword.
You picking up your dagger too?
Yeah, and my dagger.
Oh, you retrieve your dagger.
What kind of sword is it actually?
It's a big sword.
Actually,
Is it?
when it was a hand and a half broadsword,
Okay.
And
and she picks it up. It is a Nodachi.
Nice.
yes. Oh, this is the best.
So actually, these ones are like the two-handed ones?
And
Or
Yui,
Nodachi is the two-handed.
this is the two-handed.
Yeah.
Katana style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear a voice in your head. Greetings, mistress. I am Bloodweep, Etcher of the Apocalypse.
Can you rename it?
I'm going to.
Some Japanese name.
Back scratcher.
May we devour the
Can we
souls of our enemies
I have a name for it.
together.
We sure as shit can.
Can we petition to name it Omaewa Shinderu?
I'm using grass cutter because that's.
Are you a
mythology
fan of
name.
Sully?
I do love that story.
Yeah, that's good.
No?
Even though
Okay.
grass cutter wasn't a katana style.
No, but still fun.
Yeah.
So,
But
we are going to pause. We're going to pause there
oh right.
and return for the moment back underground.
Squish, chomp, throw, squish, tail, flick into sending him to the wall.
You don't know how much time has passed. You have no idea what is going on above the surface. You have been killing and slaughtering. It feels like forever. And then finally, there's no more squeaking. There's no more scratching. There's no more gnawing. You see, Jethro has taken some wounds, but he's still his happy-go-lucky puppy.
Bless.
Love him.
Lou has taken a number of wounds. It's looking very heavy right now, while Linus is looking around going, right, we're done. Let's go hunt. Let's eat. I need food. You won't let me eat them. I don't want to eat them, but I need to eat.
Bring me to.
Linus,
What?
stop
Stop what?
being so daft.
I'm hungry.
I understand. We also have pressing matters at hand. Yes, we are going to go hunt.
Good, I'm starving.
Give it another moment. I need to find my friends. And no, you can't eat them.
Right.
You could make him unturn and use a human form where he has eaten already.
No, he's starving in his human form as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Change causes like,
Yeah.
use a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, probably would. Yeah.
This poor boy needs to eat.
And when he was changed, he was already
Very
malnourished.
He was already hungry.
So this might be a semi-constant
Yeah.
state for him.
Yeah.
Especially if he changes this frequently.
Mm-hmm. So what are
It's
you?
a good meal.
So what are you doing, Bia?
I'm turning back into my dire wolf form and I'm going marching back.
The microphone probably can't hear that.
Right, yeah. I'm going marching back into my direwolf form. Is our link still up?
You can reach out.
You know she's out there somewhere.
Eleanor?
Mentally just.
Yeah. Heyo.
What's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good. Are you still down there? Do you
Yeah.
want me to push? Is it the altar?
There's an altar.
Yeah,
In the,
push
there's
the altar out
yeah,
of the way.
there's an altar in the way. If you could get one of those.
Yeah, and I'm like shouting down the whole of the just, you just hear it echoing.
Die the hungry packmate that we need to go hunt.
Okay.
Fucking move the altar. I walk back to where we came, to where we got in.
Okay, so you jump and climb your way up and get out.
Jethro's probably happy to jump.
What do we do with this one?
She's a friend. You do nothing to this one. You don't touch her tea. You don't do anything to her if you want to live.
By the way, Eleanor has just like
Okay.
latched onto the direwolf.
Jethro looks confused.
There's just I'm just like hanging off the side. Like, oh my god! I'm weeping.
You feel a tap on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I didn't get that. Do we need to stay around or should we go? We're having problems translating this.
Just like facepalm.
In your wolf form.
Yeah, just whack on my nose. I'm gonna hurt myself by doing it because my muzzle is probably still burning.
Just
Yeah, you do that, it's like, ow!
Oh.
I must smack you later for this.
You're gonna smack me later for all this?
Where's the rescue crew?
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Oolong.
Yes.
Will there be food at the shop?
I can prepare a place with food.
Yes, please. This guy
Okay.
needs food.
Right, give me a moment.
Yep. What happened? And where's the sword?
Ask the others, Eleanor. Eleanor's having a moment here. Clearly, you
Still
don't.
sobbing.
Like,
Where am
clearly
I?
it's unreciprocated. And she's kind of hurt, but at the same time, she's emotionally overwhelmed. She's just clinging to the side of you.
Yeah, and you're just like turning around.
Yeah, you're just turning around and like scolding her and like not ignoring her, and she's there like sobbing and weeping.
She's hanging on
Yeah,
like shadow
like a
of
possum.
glasses.
I'm like a possum, just like gripping on to its
God.
mother.
You're not gripping on too tight, are you?
I'm gripping on enough to hold myself there.
I'm not still bleeding over those wounds from the silver forks and knives, am I?
Oh no.
Yeah, Eleanor's not gonna like.
Okay.
She's going to avoid wounds. Obviously, she's not like an
there's
inconsolable
She's
mess.
she's not grabbing your legs, so there's no problems there.
She's gonna
Yeah.
find a foothold.
Yeah.
Just like-
Eleanor, are you doing anything around the back of her neck?
Not really. No, I'm
Okay.
kind of like clung to the side.
Okay, then, yeah, you're
Just-
fine.
Yeah, just like like the chest area and like on the side, like around her head, just like just weeping, just having a moment that Again.
They curl my tail to curl around her.
Aww.
Like she's weeping even more.
The sword, Arthrox.
Roll perception.
Although, did I come with Eleanor?
Well, you have collected the sword. You are making your way back up the hill.
You left. Eleanor was like staying near enough to the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I ran off to go help kill more things.
You probably killed
Do
stuff
you
on the way
want
back.
to?
29.
Okay, then you're taking souls.
Okay, I'm taking souls.
Okay, you
What are you?
Taking souls with the sword.
you notice you notice
It does a lot for my sword.
the
Whose souls?
3 pack
The
mates, even
It's not just you.
Linus, who's looking very tired and injured, look up. And something caught their attention. And you smell werebacon.
Oh.
Let go, let go, let go, let go.
Does she let go?
Well, I'm guessing Eleanor would sense this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, uh-oh. Plonk.
So the 4 of them speed out
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
of the church,
Uh-oh.
zooming by all of you.
I'm just going to be like, wear pigs. Just, like, suddenly really serious. Like, mascara is still running down my face, but like, wear pigs.
And
Yeah.
in the distance, you see this one very confused looking People's Army soldier
Oh.
that has these 4 dire wolves jump on top of him and start consuming him.
Shit.
Okay,
So
They have my addiction?
Yeah, Holt knows your addiction.
Yeah.
But what about the...
They're following your lead, I'm guessing, yeah.
This is something that werewolves are susceptible to.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Werebacon.
Supernatural
Supernatural bacon.
Supernatural pork.
spooky long pig.
Yeah.
So they literally each take a limb and start chomping in as this being is screaming and squealing and crying out.
Like I'm not out there stabbing his fellows.
Yeah!
Soul.
Yui is running through this group of enemy soldiers as if she's going through a bamboo forest, just slicing.
It's like, oh god, how monstrous. Cleave 3 men in half.
Do we know what happens to these souls?
No. And then she pauses, and for a minute, at least in her mind's eye, she's in the bamboo forest with this swirl of rose petals or cherry blossoms spinning around her.
Elegant. I feel a haiku coming up.
Could write one.
Did we decide what was going to happen with the name? Or we
I
need
love
a week
both
to think
of
about it.
those.
They're both canon.
They're both so good.
Or like combine.
Oh man, we're a grass cutter.
So, Oolong comes up to Eleanor.
Yeah.
I don't think the food is quite necessary right now.
Possibly not.
He is a hungry boy.
He's hungry.
Clearly you are as well.
Fuck off. I chose not to eat the other day in front of them for a reason.
So, do you leave the werewolves to finish things up and head back?
I'm gonna.
Am I done reaping souls?
You and the sword feel very satisfied,
Okay.
and you feel stronger.
Ooh. Okay. This is dangerous.
Do we know for sure there's not, like, and now a wave of werewolves come to mop up the army forces, like...
Well, you have the werewolves and Angelica
Yeah.
finishing them up.
They're kind of doing their
By
whole...
them, you
But there's
mean
nothing
other
else
werewolves. Like I'm.
No,
not-
there are only the People's Army soldiers. Only humans.
Yeah.
They are getting slaughtered.
And there's no reinforcements coming? We can't... No smelly some other wolves?
I don't like this one bit.
No.
I feel like they weren't planning on their leader getting like
Now.
completely.
Bia,
Yes.
while you are chowing down, you hear a small voice in your head. Enjoy.
Nice.
That boy done it again.
He done bamboozled us.
I'm never gonna get another peaceful night's sleep.
Nope.
Yeah, are we heading? In that case, I'm gonna.
How many, like,
I come, I guess, back over to the group.
are there any, like, substantial
probably just
groups
drenched in blood.
of survivors? Like, I'm gonna call them
Oh,
survivors
I
now.
think the two that I sedated are the
They're
only
alive.
two.
There are two substantial group of survivors that are being herded together and surrounded.
We're gonna
Can you-
take, can we influence
can you
it to take them as
Oh,
prisoners?
they're being set up to be taken as prisoners.
Okay,
Okay.
so the slaughter has ended.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like they're gonna keep massacring until there's no one left. Okay.
No, the only one who's still massacring is Angelica, which she's pretty much going to be doing until this
Until
this rage runs out.
yeah, well, like, Rain
That's
can keep an
gonna
eye on
be a
her,
while.
and then they'll have...
Yeah, so her pack is kind of around her,
Trying to be like,
moving her away from everybody else.
Just
Yeah.
nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've got under control.
But she can tell ally from enemy.
To some degree, it seems.
Okay.
Like, she wouldn't hurt her packmates.
Well, you aren't her packmates.
Yeah,
Which
so,
is why they're herding her away.
Yeah.
Alright, well I think we're good.
I
Job
think
done?
we got this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cover up the corpses of the people you murdered.
What are you doing with the
Lot
people
of
that you
corpses.
tranquilized?
You bring them back in interrogation?
I'm gonna take them with me.
Okay.
The two of them, yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Science.
No! That's what corpses are for.
And there are plenty of those.
There are plenty.
And I've done enough of that. I have done myself. No, I'm just like, those werewolves over there, those on our side, quotation marks, our side, slaughtered these people, which were, yes, misguided, but also humans. So I'm like, nope, I'm gonna scoop these two that we didn't slaughter up, so that no one slaughters them. I consider them my
You
patients
know
now.
that they were expecting werewolves.
Yeah.
Which is why they sent in this force. They weren't expecting just humans.
I know, but still, I'm like, I consider these two my patients now.
Okay.
Because you knocked them out.
Treating their PTSD after that.
Basically,
Well, they didn't have to see any of it.
Wait till
Yeah, I
Dia
could've
gets her
let them
paws
kill
on him.
get killed.
So-
Yeah, Eleanor's just gonna round up Bia and her new pack. Be like, we're going home now!
Okay.
So by this time you have finished the poor, unsuspecting pig.
Sorry.
It's gonna whack across the back of the head.
Are you getting the neck as well as the head?
No, head.
Okay.
Just the top
So
of the
are we heading back to the shop, or do we need to go someplace else?
Do you really want them? Actually, no, go to the shop. I need to ask the little girl something.
Yeah, go to the shop.
Very well.
No reason. Yeah,
Right,
no
everybody please step through.
Thank you,
I
Love.
do
Eleanor?
the dance as I go there.
Eleanor, give me a medium roll.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. 28.
Okay, so everybody goes through, and you're like, evil, 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 evil! Looking at Yui.
What have you done?
I say I have the sword in my hand as I'm shrugging. I don't know what you're
This giant.
I sense bad juju coming up there.
You hear in your head, greetings, mortal.
Greetings, sword.
Isn't that often just talking to things?
Yeah. I mean, I do.
She did talk to her house, I think.
It was
Do you
dragon.
have some issue with my mistress?
I have an issue with the vibe you're giving off.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that.
Well, I know, and that's why I'm suspicious.
Consider. It's pretty. I like shiny things.
Also-
This jet black
You mean magpie
Nodachi,
kingdom.
which the runes have changed into Japanese symbols.
I mean, you have to appreciate the weeb factor.
Look at the aesthetic.
I'm just gonna take that aside and I'm gonna focus on the wielder of this sword. You're like, it's better than Hot Topic.
Most of the evil is coming off of the sword.
Yeah, I'd rather it be in the hands of a chaotic neutral than a chaotic evil. If I'm honest.
Her chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Remember the sandwich?
Yeah. Like, I'm just like, please be careful with that. I hope you can also sense the intense evil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It asks me for souls. I am
Well,
quite
yeah,
aware.
you're quite aware.
Do you have something to write with?
Oh shit. Yes. I have this. Hang on.
Just
I have a
like, be
pen.
careful, and you're going to have to explain this to the little Chinese girl,
Okay.
because she is going to not like this.
Okay, so this is a new weapon.
Oh. Okay.
Just write down Nodachi.
Okay.
Name in progress.
Name in progress. Okay.
Damage, 12,
What?
What?
because this is something that if it scratches you,
Your
it
soul.
sucks out your soul.
Yeah, that's true. You make a good point there.
Okay. 12.
12 lethal.
Insta-kill the sword.
Yeah, pretty much.
Some magically.
Alright.
Drain souls.
Drains souls.
Also has a soul of its own.
4.
Evil and sentient.
Yeah.
Okay. Evil. Sentiment. Next to drain souls for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yay!
Woo!
All right.
Do not let anyone else take.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, this thing is not leaving.
No, because you are chaotic evil.
So,
No, he's not. He's
you
chaotic.
are back in the storeroom of the tea shop.
Prepare for a whack.
Okay. Is this how Corbin's body got empty?
Same kind of magic, yeah.
Oh.
Is Corbin Angela Magnus having a visceral reaction to the sword?
Just a bit.
Something very similar to this took his soul.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If not that sword.
Yes. Now you
I don't like
hear
looking at it. I think I'm, like,
you
kind of
you
just-
hear something behind you, Yui.
Okay.
Ahem.
Back straight.
Hi.
Now, if you are going to be carrying such an evil blade, we must train you so that you can withstand the evil.
Deal.
She's like, yeah, mate.
Second thought is deal.
Let's get it going.
So basically, this is like, oh, you did this evil thing. Let me reward you by training you.
Good. We will start with, here is a sheath that can contain the evil.
Thank
Put
you.
it
That
away.
was my next question.
We will begin your training tomorrow.
She's very excited about this. I'm concerned. But also, it could be worse.
I've got a
You-
much higher swordplay modifier than I do to any of my other weapon modifiers.
You require something, young one?
I was
She
wondering,
says to Bia.
I was wondering if you could take a look at his leg.
Oh.
Interesting. I will see if there's anything I can do.
Thank you.
Oh, there is someone out front waiting to speak with you.
Me?
All of you.
Uh-oh.
Shall I send him back?
Yes, let's
Who
not
is
go
it?
out into the
Who
public.
is it?
Yeah, good point, actually.
I am going to change back into human form.
Who is it?
So it's Ezekiel.
Yay!
Hey!
Military guy.
I got excited. I thought it was going to be like...
The exchequer.
How did things go?
Hi.
She
I'm-
find someone. We find someone.
Huh. How was it?
That was unexpected.
Oh, good.
I had a good time.
Do you think you can work with these people further? Good.
Mods.
Yes.
So you were successful, I see, because Bia is back.
We were very
Ta-da.
successful.
Yeah.
You should see the creep who took Thea. And by that I mean you should see what's left of it.
Well,
That's not the main guy behind it.
No, but...
He was
I-
big bad.
At least
He
you don't have to
is
worry about him
planning
anymore. He's
something
on
big.
Yes. If I could have your attention.
Yes, sorry, I got...
There is a lot going on, and we need assistance dealing with these situations. There are still a lot of werewolves that have been turned, that are out there in training camps preparing for who knows what. As we have found out recently, there are also a number of other supernaturals active in Britain.
Just picking teeth. I wonder what they're going to be like.
So, to this end, I would like to offer an invitation. We are forming a new office. It is the Office of Supernatural Oversight, or the OSO. This is a secret division of the Home Office Intelligence Service. This is being founded to respond to an explosion of new supernatural awakenings within England. The agents under this office are being tasked with seeking out and documenting these new supernaturals and dealing with those who cannot maintain the secrecy of their realities from the general population. We will also be providing educational assistance for supernaturals new to very recent regulations, providing protections from the occult, arcane, and unnatural. The agents under this department will be first responders to incidents of otherworldly or supernatural intrusion into British affairs.
So, in other words, you want us to work, Vivian?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this acceptable?
Is it a more permanent contract?
Quite.
Uh,
You will, if you agree to this, you will be given warrants to serve as special constables for Her Majesty's government.
I take it this also applies to the three of them as well. They are under my command, after all.
We will work something out.
Maybe an
They
apprenticeship.
can't necessarily go into the field until they prove themselves trustworthy.
cadet.
Oh.
Are you all willing to join this organization?
Hell yeah.
Works for me.
This is very sudden. I'm afraid I have to think about that.
Works for me as long as I can keep my journalistic freedom. To some extent.
To some extent.
Not going to be writing about all of the deep, dark secrets that I'm sure.
I will give you some time to consider the offer. I will do my best to try to keep things quiet. Some of you, I understand, need a vacation. So, take some time, think about this. Don't take too long. There are a lot of situations out there that we need dealt with.
Sounds like I was born for the job, to be honest. But I need a vacation first.
Where are we going?
Yue doesn't trust this man.
Yue has an evil sword.
And you're also like kind of working for the Japanese
I'm
government.
working for the Japanese
Like,
government.
is that like
Yeah.
kind of
Terrorism?
Now, you know also that if you did join this, it would give you access to information that you wouldn't have otherwise. So it would be a very good information gathering.
She
I'd
is
say-
like
Double.
weighing it.
I'd
pros
say
and
write a
cons.
letter of
That's exactly
write
what I
a
was
letter
gonna do.
explaining it and be
I
like,
have
what
the
should
chance
I
to become
do?
a double agent. How about that, grandfather?
Yeah.
Yes, no, I'm definitely contacting the family
Okay.
immediately.
Where are we
So-
going on holiday then?
Cat Island.
Yes, can we go to Cat Island?
I would
To
like,
the fairy glade on the Isle of Man.
Isle of Cat.
I would like to see Bean Toes again.
Yes.
Bean Toes is dapper boy. I miss him.
You can see Beantoes and Pangerban
Oh, Thunderball.
and the other fae.
All the day. So sweet. Just don't drink their liquor.
Or eat their mushrooms.
Challenge.
Yeah, eat anything, don't drink anything. Don't walk in that specific area over there.
Don't start dancing, otherwise you ain't never stop.
So-
That kind of thing.
You know.
Is everybody good for next week?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Then we will have the vacation.
Beach episode.
Ah, it's the mid-season
Spring
beach
break.
episode.
Yes.
It's mandatory in all shonen anime.
By the way, this is what I meant by I'm making you my new smack over the head guy. NCIS Bia instead of Gibbs. You're Denoz. You're gonna be my Denoz.
I don't know.
If he doesn't know the show, it's not exactly on here.
Yeah, it's not that big in Ireland. Or the UK, I don't think.
So,
I'm fixing
thank you
that.
all very much for playing. I hope everybody enjoyed this session,
Yes.
whether you were playing it or listening to it.
That was great.
Do you wish to make announcements?
Oh yeah. Right. So we have a couple of new things. Seeing how Twitch only keeps the videos for 14 days, and episode 1 is gone on Twitch tonight. Sad to say. We've made a YouTube channel. It is Blood and Iron D&D game space Bia because they wouldn't let me not have a last name. Fuck it. I'm on that's on the. We also have a Facebook page. Let me get the name of that up.
I think it's just Blood and Iron discussion.
Yeah, it's called Blood and Iron Discussion page on Facebook. You can join it. It's for anyone to put in their theories, ideas. We're all going to be watching the page. We can all answer it. Dougley can tease you all he likes on it.
We'll hopefully be getting character descriptions and maybe if we have time, maybe work up character
Designs, yeah.
portraits just to get a rough idea of what
Yeah.
they look like.
Shitposting is welcome.
Shitposting is welcome.
I've already shitposted on
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
Yeah,
She's bad for that.
I am awful for
Shitposting.
shitposting.
Um,
Maybe you can't tell. but-
Anyone who's part of Telegram, there is a Telegram announcement channel. We get the
But,
name
you
of that
know,
out.
not many people are on Telegram.
No, it's just Blood and Iron on the announcement channel. The blurbs get put up there as well as the links to all the Twitch things and all of that. The link for YouTube is on the Facebook page, so if you can't find it on that, you can find it on the Facebook page. Other than that, I think, you know,
You can also feel free to post things or message us
yeah, you can message
either
on
at the page or the email address.
Yeah.
which is Blood and Iron Irish Con Game at gmail.com.
It's all on the Facebook.
It's all on the
page,
Facebook
so-
page anyway. Blurbs will be posted up there so you get an idea of next week, but we will also be reading them out for those who don't look at Facebook quite a lot.
And when I have the time and inclination, I will be doing other short bits of writing.
People seem to love that, especially Muttley. Muttley was
Yeah.
crazy about the short story.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Something else I'd like to start doing, just to encourage people to follow us on Twitch and YouTube and all that. Actually,
Do it.
I can do it here.
Hit that notification bell.
Hit the notification
Can
bell,
you
subscribe.
contact our
Smash
people?
that like button.
But let's
Bad energy.
do a follower announcement.
What?
Because we actually got one extra person following during the stream.
Oh.
Hey.
So
Hey.
we're just going to announce names and shit like that.
We're going to name and or shame you.
Yeah. Get
dare
ready.
you,
Get
Paul.
ready for that.
Ready?
So, mic this. Also, this might be our last night working with this mic.
Right.
So we might have a new
That's
one with
just
the yeah.
technical.
Yeah. So we might be saying goodnight to this mic.
Rip.
Like,
Back to sleep.
We have
F in the chat. Get it?
we have the Mad Irishman 1. Don't know who that is. If you're still watching this,
Don't know he's mad.
possibly. We have what? How do you say that?
Menace in Red.
Yeah.
Hey, that's me.
Woo!
It's also my Discord, guys.
Yeah, if you want to.
Stay in touch.
We have the Blood and Iron Writer, which is.
That's me.
Hey!
Hey.
We have Considerably Odd Gamer, Kuromagi00. Hi, John. What?
Digital Moriarty.
Yeah.
That's one of my friends.
Ah. Hi.
Hello.
Bean Freaked.
That's me.
Hey!
A lot of it is just us. McKeel Thomas. Blessy 97.
Bailey's.
Bailey's. Sorry, Bailey's 97. That's you. Traveling Tack.
Hello, Tack.
Tack again because he has 2 accounts and he wants to get all the attention. Typical Tack. He just wants all the attention. And Muttley Arts. Hey, Mutt. So yeah. Final thoughts on the game? He is pissed.
It started with cats and ended with UA getting a cool sword. I'm satisfied.
Today has been a good day.
you have to let someone.
Today has been a good day.
I'm so happy about the introduction of his cat, and I'm looking forward to the holiday episode.
Mandatory beach shonen episode.
Yeah.
Well, cats are nice and all. Leonard is very upsetty spaghetti about the whole murdering people thing. He, being a doctor, he kind of doesn't like unnecessary violence, and he kind of sees letting an army of werewolves loose. They weren't civilians, but they were still humans, so
The morals are questionable.
very. And
We are definitely on the bad spectrum.
yeah, he doesn't like that.
Yeah,
Like,
none of us do.
I will have to think about how he reacts to that. He says menacingly.
Oh, I'll have a strongly worded letter. Mark my words. Eleanor is. Oh.
The
Offline.
finger.
Eleanor is offline.
Don't know why that happened. Thought you fixed this.
I did. You obviously just hit the destroy laptop key.
Destroy laptop key.
Smash that destroy button.
Okay, no,
Smash
the mic
that
is
destroy
still the
button.
mic is still there.
Press F in chat. Press F for poor technology. Yeah, Eleanor's got her friend back, so she's delighted. And she's going on vacation, and that's all she needs.
And she met another cat.
Oh, she met another cat. Yeah, that was fantastic. I get to go meet all the other cats now.
Do you like Bean Toes?
I do like Bean Toes. Bean
Bean Toes
Toes
is
is great.
amazing.
Yeah, Bean Toes, best boy. Hands down.
Can't wait to.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much for listening, whether it's live or later on. Hope you enjoyed this session. Again, you have all these different ways to communicate with us. If you have any questions, comments, theories, fan fiction, shipping, whatever.
There is shipping. Actually, I forgot to mention that there is shipping in the Telegram chat.
Oh
Oh
my.
god.
Oh my.
Who?
But
Eleanor and Via.
makes sense. Makes sense.
After what happened today, that's not going to quiet down.
Magnus and a sword.
Now, just to let you know, just before we finish this up, as a good storyteller, I borrow liberally from many different mediums, so nothing that I am doing is intended as an infringement on any sort of copyright in any way, shape, or form.
We need to put that in
For
the
this.
YouTube descriptions.
It's already in there.
Yeah. But if you want to, feel free to try to figure out the different, very vague and
The mic will still be going. Just, I don't like
unusual pop culture references that I try to throw into my games that not necessarily everybody gets. So enjoy!
If this is still recording, if this video gets like, let's say when we upload it to YouTube, like 10 likes, I'll consider getting a diagnosis, proper check my laptop.
And
Smash that like button.
and roll the ending theme music.
Yeah.
Yes.
To those in the chat, to those in the third chat who recommended "Ass in the Air" as our theme song.
No. I heard that.
Now, I do have an idea of how to start the next episode.
Oh.
Interested?
Yes,
Yes.
let's hear it.
Since we can't have anything that's copyrighted,
Yes.
how about sounds of rolling dice?
Yes.
Alright, there we go.
Mixed into a song.
Just get one sound effect. And just, like,
Good night, everyone.
Thank you all very much for listening.
thank you.
Good night.
Stay tuned for the next exciting episode